Today is at the very first National Signing Day. We are now here to recognize our accomplishments, celebrate our progress, and launch the next phase of our journey to energize the American Defense Industrial Base. We used to be very focused on submarines, which is really an important program. But we know to American manufacturing, submarines is just one component. It is the entire Navy recapitalization. More importantly, it's the entire defense industrial base.
We must all work together to build concrete and accountable actions that will get our Navy ship and shipbuilding plan back on track. This initiative will ultimately allow fleet and type commanders to generate the forces needed to be ready, on station, and a force standing at the ready to surge and support contingency operations. No Navy in the world can do what we do. Put your personal touch on each ship you build, each part you fabricate, in each component you repair, and be proud. You will have the privilege of telling yourself, your loved ones, and everyone you know, I did that. I helped make my country safe and secure today. I do it every day. Thank you and congratulations, shipmates.
I personally have struggled financially, and who hasn't at some point, but I've had to work to support my family, and I will be living on my own pretty soon. Despite that, for the past year or two, I've learned to manage my finances and handle the responsibility of paying bills. And I was also able to overcome that thanks to the help of the manufacturing industry.
Before this, I was a street musician, actually. At first, when I got the job, I didn't even know I would be making parts for the Navy and the Marines. This is actually a true honor because my grandfather was in the Navy himself. So I'm hoping he's up there looking down at me making these parts and he's like proud of me. So it's incredible to think how day to day I'm always going in, trying to put my best forward and having the money to really build off that and build a life for myself. It feels great to be a productive member of society again.
First of all, I'm honored to be here today to represent 78 companies in the Philadelphia area. Smallest company is 8 people, and the largest is a couple thousand at Philly Shipyard, I believe. So just as I'm sure in New England here, this spans a range of different types and sizes of companies with all different needs. But we all share a need for good people. A lot of growth in the 80s and 90s. So what we found in the early 2000s into the 220 era, we were going to lose a lot of those people. And where are we going to find those people? What we learned, as I think a lot of you probably have, the paradigm has certainly shifted over that time frame. The supply of skilled labor just isn't there as much anymore. A lot of referral hires, a lot of family generational hires, not as many cousins and sons and daughters in the skilled labor force. So what do we do differently? And we found, as Joe has said, hiring is not an HR problem. Talent acquisition, and especially retention, not an HR problem. It's a full company problem. It's a leadership problem.
That's how important it is. Think about that when you go to work. Think about that when you're thinking about the quality of your welds or whatever it is that you're working on. You're working on the most important thing in the United States of America. You want to talk about a job with purpose? Holy crap, right? Now, that's not the most important reason. That's the secondary reason. The most important reason is 2 words. It's called not today. When we go back to the purpose of your job, those new hires that walked across the stage today, your job and its purpose, the greater good of being involved in something that's greater than yourself. This is it. It is your job. It is your trade. Whatever that I rattled off earlier, whether it's welder, machinist, whatever it may be, it is your work that forces these leaders to get up and they look in the mirror and we force them to say, not today. Today is not the day, right? We cannot do that without you. Today is not the day that I take back Taiwan. I don't have the technology, I don't have the lethality, I don't have the capability to outmatch the United States or its allies in battle. Today is not the day. I am not ready.